I suffer a high level amount of imposter syndrome. No more than when I'm on the stage introduced by Bridget. I love to tell stories, and I use stories to remind me that we belong in a room. All of us, no matter the room. This imposter syndrome affects every bit of my life. Every corner, as a father, as a husband, as a friend, as an employee, as a leader, as a manager, as a volunteer, as an advocate, as an ally. Every stage, I feel like I'm pretending to be somebody, except when I get to tell a story, like you've seen 5 beautiful humans do tonight. Most recently, I was invited to speak to a group of college students at UD, where I'm a proud alumni of the Masters of Public Administration program. But I was speaking to undergrads in the Public Relations program. You see, I work in marketing and PR. I have pretty successfully for the last 10 years. And they invited me there, and I'm talking to these students, and the whole time I'm thinking, these undergrads have completed more coursework in marketing and advertising and public relations than I've ever had in my life. I have a prestigious undergraduate degree in parks and recreation management from the Murray State University, located in, well, a far remote corner of Kentucky. It was that job that has just given me the opportunity to do a lot of neat things in Parks and Rec. And as I'm speaking to these young public relations students, I'm thinking, what do I have to offer these guys? They've got the world by the tail. I'm just an old hack with some agency experience and some reporters on my cell phone contact list. But then I remembered. My second job out of college, I landed this dream job as the assistant area supervisor for the East Baton Rouge Parks and Recreation Department. My job was going to be to manage 3 neighborhood recreation centers and the premier disc golf course of the Gulf Coast. It's beautiful. It's still there, Highland Road Park. It's just on the other side of the levee of the Mississippi River. I received a package from my office one day, which is pretty exciting when you're an assistant area supervisor, because normally mail goes through the area supervisor. Her name was Debbie. She's fantastic, but she was downtown. I'm out at Highland Road Park, and the package is from the Whammo Frisbee Company, and I'm excited. I rip it open like a fat kid would open up his Easter basket full of candy. And that's how excited I was. Inside it was everything you needed to know to run a perfect Whammo Frisbee Championship for the kids in your rec center. The instructions printed on a 2-page front and back glossy. Disc golf, discs, distance gifts. Whammo went all out. Some stickers, some posters for the corkboard in the gym. This was awesome. This is going to be the program that puts me on the map in East Baton Rouge Parks and Recreation Commission. This is it. This is my mountaintop. I follow the instructions to the T. I photocopy those flyers. I go door to door. The kids in the basketball program get them. The karate kid gets them. The gymnastic students get them. Everybody gets a flyer. I go door to door in the neighborhood. It said to do that. I did it. It gave me a press release template. There's no fail. You shoot that booger off this is 1996. This is by mail, right? To the newspapers and to the TV stations. And then I round up, step 7, I round up volunteers, my other assistant area supervisors, to work a Saturday at Highland Road Park. We map out the lanes and the distance and the markers. I got trophies donated, tables set up. It is just water jugs with good Gatorade, full strength. We were pumped. And 9 o'clock shows up. And so did 6 kids. And 5 reporters. And my lesson in media relations started at 9:02. Who's paying the overtime? They wanted to know. On the heels of a levy year for the Parks District. Who paid for those trophies? Where are the kids? What's going to happen today? And I just panicked. There's a Covey reporter of the Notebook here, and there's a camera from Channel 6 here, and there's another lady here, and my other assistant area supervisors, they have gone over to the water station. They've left me alone. So in front of those students at UD the other night, while I'm fretting over how I've never had the coursework or the language of PR and marketing, I thought I do have experience and kids older than them, which is also kind of weird. So I shared a little bit of the story about how I deal with PR, how I would share something on my resume, how do I look for that first job, or what a good internship looks like. And they leaned in. And at the end of the night, I was told it was pretty good advice. I try not to think about that Saturday in the fall of 1996 at Highland Road Park with a disastrous Whammo City Championship, where 6 kids got a lot of trophies and advanced to regionals. But now my job has me answering the phone for my boss when the reporters call, because she's the subject matter expert, because we've set her up for success that way. I field her calls from my media contacts when they want her opinion about things that matter to the population that we serve every day. I don't know why I told you that story tonight. Me in front of some kids that are smarter than I am, know more about marketing and the mechanisms of PR and public relations and press relationships. But I do know that in that moment of feeling like an imposter, a personal story about my experience made me feel like I belonged, and it brought them a little closer to me and my experience, and we sort of understood each other a little different. I wasn't this old 50-year-old guy suggesting how they do things. I just shared something that happened to me that was both funny and a disaster, but a learning experience at the same time. And I remind them that they too can tell stories. And when you tell stories, people listen. They lean in, like this room did 5 times tonight. When the bar got loud, you got quiet and you leaned in. And that's the power of story. There are no magic pills to being a storyteller. You simply have to step up to the mic and bare your soul for an audience who wants to hear it. So I offer to you, take the mic, tell your story, and you'll never regret it. Thank you.